We're going to start with the Delhi team and see what are the changes that are happening there. Of course, one big change, which is Chris Woakes, is not coming. And in place of Chris Woakes, they have Ben Duocius. And of course, Enrique Nokia comes back into the team. Harsha, they look settled. They look like a settled team. And I know it's easy to say because they're on top of the table. But even with Chris Woakes not coming, great player, great all-rounder, even with him not coming, they look pretty settled.
I don't think, I mean, in all fairness, yes, Chris Woakes would have been an option, but I don't think they'll miss him too much. Much like some of the great auctions, CSK had a fantastic first auction. I think the last auction, Delhi Capitals did such a good job that they've ensured they've got enough. I actually think they're stronger today than they were at that point, simply because Shreyas Iyer comes back. Because Shreyas Iyer comes back, they can now play Shikhar Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, then play Shimron Hetmyer and Marcus Stoinis. So that opens up one overseas slot that Steve Smith had to occupy, and that allows them to reunite Rabada and Nokia in conditions they did so well in when the IPL was last played here. So it actually, I think, makes them stronger, because then they've got Akshar, Ashwin, Rabada, Nokia and Avesh Khan. Hopefully Avesh Khan has put aside the injury and is fully fit. So they've got 5 proper bowlers with Marcus Stoinis. Then they'll bat down to 7-8. I actually think the return of Shreyas Iyer, I only hope he's happy, because he had an injury and he lost quite a lot, including the captaincy of the side, which is a tad unfair, I think. But I actually think that Delhi Capitals now are stronger than they were in the first half of the IPL.
Joy, it's really strange, because usually you would see that if the captain's coming back from injury, he is given the captaincy. So find that just a little odd.
No, I fully agree with you. And what I'm surprised is this is not the Australian way. The Australian way is that if a player gets out injured, and if Brad Hodge comes in and scores even a double century, the next time that the players, if Mark was fit again, he comes right back into the side. The Australian rule is very simple. You get your chance. When the guy is done, the guy comes back. So I'm completely surprised, because if Ricky Ponting is running the team on those lines, that's what they look at. The other thing I want to say is that this is not a normal year. This is a pre-auction year. Okay, Shreyas Iyer is something that I think DC has invested in, Delhi has invested in long term. And for them not to say that, I'm not giving you a chance to finish this, let Rishabh finish this. I would be telling Shreyas that definitely we are going to take you in, we see you as our captain for the next 4-5 years. And that's that little ambiguity which I wouldn't have liked. Having said that, Delhi has done so many things right that, it's difficult to fault them. One other thing I want to say, happy birthday to Ashwin. And I think he got a very early birthday present, because Maiva Duma of Cameroon versus Uganda got 4 runouts. 4 runouts. Every time she won the batter once, went out of the crease, out. 4 times she did it, 4 runouts. And in one match, 4 people falling to the same trick, I cannot believe. So her analysis is 1 for 32 and 4 runouts. So I said that has to be Ashwin's early birthday present. Somebody is doing it in the ICC.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember that program, America's Dumbest Criminals?
Yeah.
The non-strikers were like that.
They kept going 4 times, it can happen once. I mean, I don't believe it.
There was interesting clips to watch. Obviously, he's got another birthday present that he's part of the T20 team for the World Cup as well. And I'm sure we'll talk enough about that during the IPL, because it's absurd. For 4 years, he's not been part of the white ball plans, and suddenly he's here. But he's very important to the Delhi plans. And Harsha, talking about Pant as captain, he's got a half a dozen captains with him in that 11.
All of them older than him.
Yeah,
all of them. It must be a bit like Tiger Pataudi becoming captain of India and suddenly discovering, oh, hang on, I'm the youngest guy around. But there's a swagger about Rishabh Pant. I don't think it worries him. I know he desperately wanted to be captain. I'll be very keen to see the dynamics between him and Shreyas Iyer, because if Shreyas really valued the captaincy, then someone will have to sort of have a word in between there. But this is Rishabh Pant's test, because Rishabh Pant wants to be captain. Rishabh Pant wants to be captain of Delhi Capitals post the auction. He will be retained. So this will be a nice little test for him. And what better way to start being captain than to get one of the best settled teams, one of the 2 best organized teams at this stage in the tournament. So it should be easy for him. It's just a question of sorting out a little bit. Shreyas Iyer 3, Hetmyer 4, Pant 5, or Pant 4, Hetmyer 5. These are very, very small issues. He's got 20, 22, 23 overs to play with in every single game. He's even got Amit Mishra to go to. We are talking about Ashwin and Akshar. He's got Amit Mishra to go to if required. Suppose there's a Turner one day instead of Avesh Khan, you can play Amit Mishra. He's got Lalit Yadav to go to. He's got loads of players. This is a wonderful side, and it's a side. Even though there's so many captains, I don't see Ashwin creating an issue with being captain. I don't see Shikhar Dhawan creating an issue with being captain. Though Shikhar only wants to tell all the selectors, you know what? In case you are not watching last year's IPL, this is what I did, and now that you're watching, this is what I can.
Yeah, I mean, him and Prithvi both, Joy. I mean, they were both on fire for what they were doing during the power play, getting Delhi off to starts. They were pretty much, it's like the first punch knockout, right? In most cases. Look at them.
Yeah, and I absolutely, I have to say this to you, that IPLs are traditionally won by 1, 2 and 3s. And the strike rate at which they're going, both Shikhar and, now you're expecting, Prithvi Shaw has now set a standard, 166, 170, the standard is no longer 140, 145, he's set it to, but Shikhar is matching him. So those two are perhaps in the last 5 years, outside of, I think, Bairstow and Warner, perhaps the most exciting striking pair. And I think they're batting even with more abandon, more freely than even Bairstow and Warner batted in their pomp. So if they can keep even half this strike rate up, because remember one thing, Delhi has done all this, succeeded so well, they still haven't got too much at all from Rabada. Rabada has been having a comparatively huge off-season, but just the strength of the rest of the side, and Lalit Yadav stepping up, Avesh Khan stepping up, they've just looked fantastic.
Yeah, Avesh Khan is right up there in the wickets, right? He's got 14. What is he? I think he's in second position. Harshal Patel is ahead of him, but he's got 14 wickets. So really stood up, put his hand up. And there's a certain case of Ishant Sharma as well, Harsha.
Yeah.
Yes. I with Ishant Sharma, you've got to wonder, he looked a little, what is the English? A little short of a gallop during the Test series. So we'll have to wait and see how he's feeling about coming and playing here. But he'll struggle to go past Avesh Khan in that lineup. But when you're 1 or 6 bowlers, it's always there's always that comfort zone. You have a bad day, doesn't matter. Marcus Stoinis will get the ball. There's Rabada, there's Nokia, there's a good side. But Joy is right. Rabada has sort of defined the Delhi Capitals bowling, and the most important thing we need to talk about is what kind of tracks are you going to get. If you're going to get the same kind of tracks that you got in IPL 2020, one of the reasons IPL 2020 was perhaps the best IPL that I have seen was because the tracks were fantastic and the boundaries were long.
Yeah.
And if you can get those tracks, then Rabada will come straight back into contention.
Yeah, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, in Sharjah, of course, you got a little strip of highway and with the boundary at 32 yards. But that was only in the first half of the tournament. Then that became low and slow as well later. But Abu Dhabi and Dubai, of course, definitely very matched as far as bowlers and batters are concerned. And that's something that you like to see. Gentlemen, quick call. Delhi finishing 1-2, top 2. Delhi finishing top 2 in the league.
Almost certainly. Yep. I mean, I cannot see anything happen from here on.
Okay, there you go. They've got Hyderabad, Rajasthan, Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore. They're finishing interestingly. Those last 3 games are very interesting.
Yeah, just the one call that last time the IPL was played here, Prithvi Shaw and Rishabh Pant both struggled. And Rishabh Pant's coming off a less than powerful performance in England. So the last time it was played here, they struggled. In fact, Prithvi Shaw was left out of the side. If you remember, Marcus Stoinis opened in the final, Rahane batted at 3. So that's the only factor. But at the moment, those two have won 4 out of the 5 man of the match awards they've got. I mean, they made 500 runs at some ridiculous. I wrote down some strike rates and I wrote them down thinking it was wrong.
I did the same.
And 187 and Prithvi Shaw's hitting a boundary every 3 balls. अब तुमने बोल ही दिया है कि फ्रंट रो में बैठता हूं तो मैंने कुछ लिख के लाया हूं मैं. But I looked at those numbers and I said, नहीं हो सकता यार. Was it correct? 166 Prithvi Shaw, yes. In the power play, 187. So they've made it easy for everybody else. If they do 80% of what they've done, that's fine.